What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again. Tony Digital bringing back another 4K visual, back with another banger today, guys, on a very special vid. Now, for the past year now, guys, I've been seeing one of the top videos popping up as far as that I've ever dropped being how to start a clothing line. And I've done, I want to say, 3 of these videos in the past, and every single year I try to update and give more on how to do so. So if you're someone out there that's trying to learn how to turn this into this, you feel what I'm saying? Or this into this, or recently, you know what I'm saying? This into this. You done came to the right place. Let's go ahead and give a huge shout out to today's sponsors, and we'll get straight into it, man. Let's get it. Guys, I want to give a huge shout out today to Manscaped for sponsoring today's video. Now, Manscaped just dropped a bomb. A bomber, man, no pun intended. Manscaped, the leading men's hygiene and grooming brand globally out there, killing the waves. I recently showed you guys the Lawnmower 4.0, and maybe you're out there needing a full-on brand new kit, or maybe it's your first time shopping with Manscaped. Well, they just dropped a bomb, and that bomb is the Performance Package 4.0. Manscaped just dropped the Performance Package 4.0, and you guys can get it for 20% off, free shipping, international free shipping as well, and 2 free gifts when using my link down below in the description. In that whole package, you're going to get everything that you essentially need out there. The brand new Lawnmower 4.0 that we talked about last time. Trimmy trim on the nut hairs and in that groin area. Clean cuts, but no cuts. You feel me? No nicks, no prunes, no bleeding, none of that, man. With the skin safe technology, you're gonna be good to go. Wireless charging. You know, it has a little light on it. You got, you gotta get underneath them crevices and them dark spots. The Manscaped 4.0 has it all, and you have a charging deck that you can just drop it in and charge wirelessly now. And it's shower friendly. So if you gotta get up in there where it's a little wet, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. After getting done with that, one of my favorite products that I feel like is kind of underrated in my opinion, that is the Crop Preserver. This is a ball deodorant. Once you got the shower and you got everything cleaned up, throw a little bit of this on there. It's not gonna make you feel weird. I know a lot of people fear putting something down there because maybe you had a bad instance back in the day spraying some cologne or something and it hit that scrotum. Woo! Yeah, I've had that experience. This, nothing like that. It's like lotion, it dries up. I mean, I believe it is some sort of lotion, but it doesn't do anything bad. It keeps everything smelling good down there. It makes everything just pleasant. You feel me? It smells better than the regular deodorant. Like, real talk, it smells better in my opinion, and it feels better. You know, it just keeps everything not moist, but lubricated. You don't want it dry. You don't want it wet. You want it like right in the middle. And then you got the Crop Reviver. Maybe you've been going through a long day already, and you just need a couple of sprays to keep things, freshened up. The Crop Reviver is definitely something that I recommend. One of the free items you guys can get is this Manscaped pair of drawers that I love so much. Feels great. And you also will get the Tool Shed kit. This is something that will keep everything all together in one. You know what I'm saying? You get also a couple little newspapers. So if you need to, stand in the bathroom and stand on top of this newspaper and shave and have everything collect down at the bottom, throw it away easy. Hey, you got a couple pages of this beautiful newspaper with some funny articles in there as well, so, and some instructions. So you get everything with the Performance Package. You're gonna have a great performance if you ask me. Trust me, your balls will thank you. My balls are happier. They're happier than they ever been. You know what I'm saying? They're just clean. It's great. And then another product that you will get alongside with that is the Weed Whacker. The Weed Whacker essential piece. Something that you can put in your ear, get some hairs out there if you suffer from it. Something I'm not really a big hairy ear guy, but sometimes there's a couple of nose hairs that make their escape out of my nose, and I can just, and it's good to go. 360 rotation, no nicks, no crannies. Get down in there and get that thing cleaned up. If you got something like that, you got a little bit of nose hair speckles in there, you know what I'm saying? Hit a little bit of that Weed Whacker and whack them weeds, bro. And you'll be good to go. So you can get the Performance Package now. I will leave a link down below in the description. Get it 20% off, free shipping, free international shipping, and you have the full-on bundle, the one-stop shop to everything out there. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a brilliant piece of artwork, fine and dandy. I love it. You'll love it. Your balls will thank you, and trust me, you're good to go, man. No nicks, no crannies, and you won't be having to call your nanny, man. Straight up. Huge shout out to Manscaped. Check out the link down below in the description. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring today's video. Alright guys, so how to start a clothing line in 2021. It's a lot, man. This is going to be a very detailed video that I'm going to try to break down as best as possible and give you guys everything you need to know. Every secret, every essential key part that you need to know and how to do so. Let me go ahead and give you a quick disclaimer though, if you're someone that wants to, do a clothing line. Maybe you woke up today and felt like doing it, or something you've been thinking about for quite some time. I'm going to go ahead and give you some of the hard facts off the rip. 1, it's going to be a long process. Years. Takes time. 2, cannot take that much money, or it can take a lot of money to start it up, depending on which type of route you go to, and we'll get into that as we start that progress. Creativity, you know what I'm saying? A good support system. Those are big things that are needed to be known. But I would say the best, or the most important thing of it all is, well, 2 things: criticism and patience. Having an open mind and being patient. Let's get to it, man. First things first, to start it off, do you need like a business license to start a clothing line? No. You don't need a business license in order to start a clothing line. In all honesty, I would tell you to, drop a couple of pieces first before you actually start a clothing line, to make sure this is something that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? For instance, if you guys may or may not know, maybe you're new to the channel, I own the company Sample Industries. I'm wearing a sample tee. I showed you some sample pieces earlier today. I've been doing sample with my co-owner, my partner, Bullet RC, who's also a YouTuber, for about 7 years now. I want to say we started in 2015. We got our license in 2015, maybe like October, but we actually started the brand like in March of that same year. So we waited a little bit and then actually went and got the business license in Georgia. It costs $100 in Georgia. Maybe it costs the same where you live or less. I think it's $50 each year after that to keep that license renewed. And it's fairly simple. You can go to your government website wherever you live, and usually it's right there on how to start a business. You could pay someone else as well, but they're going to probably charge you $50 to $100 more, so you'll be paying $150 to $200 when you can only be paying $100 when it's fairly easy. I mean, you can literally in Georgia start a business with 2-3 clicks. Go to the website, 1-click annual registration, make a name, put the address. It's simple. It's very, very easy on how to do that. But it's not something that you need to jump straight into unless you have everything you need and you're just ready to go. But I would say drop a couple pieces, see if this is something you want to do, because you don't want to make a business and then it just be gone instantly because you changed your mind a month or 2 later, or a couple of months later. I would just say give it a little shot on its own and go off that. Of course, come up with a name. The name is the first and biggest thing in that step of in that direction you're gonna go to actually making this clothing line. You want to make a name that's gonna stand out, that's going to appeal to people, that has some sort of meaning behind it. For instance, Sample is what we call ourselves. Sample Industries is the full name, and we came up with that name because of the fact that we develop samples. When you think of a sample, you think of something that's one of one or one of few. No pun intended. It's one of our actual hashtags to our brand, one of few. We make items that are somewhat limited, and usually we do not like to restock those items unless we actually have more come in or something like that. We try to keep everything one of a kind so that when you actually pick up a piece from us, it's something that's a part of time and then history. We move on to the next. We don't like to dwell and keep doing things. We might change colorways. Like, we've dropped this hat in different colorways, but we have not restocked this one. But I think we might actually restock it because it's just a very perfect piece, if you ask me. But we try to maintain that sample type of feel, that one of few type of feel. And Industries is we just added the Industries on the end because we do that. We're a factory. We're industries that make samples. That's just what we came up with. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. We also have the shorter logo, SMPLIND, Sample Industries IND, SMPL. So that's like the short way. So come up with a name, a hashtag or something like that. Not even a hashtag, like a slogan of some sort. And, something that has meaning to you, something that you want to stand out, and something that you're going to stick with, because, this is it. Like, once you have put it out there and you put it out there for what it is, it's going to stay there forever. You can't just change the name. You can make a collection with different names. So, for instance, we have Sample Industries, but this is the Koi collection. You know what I'm saying? Right here, this actually says Sample, but this is the Koi collection. And in here, Tomahawk, you feel me? So that's some of the things that we came up with our name and different collections to change some of the identity of the brand. If we want to go in the direction of some sort of sports or something like that, So that's that. Come up with a name, come up with an identity. An identity is something that is key to your brand and what you want to do in moving forward. And along with that identity, figure out your support base, your group of people that you're trying to appeal to. You know, or is this a men's brand, a women's brand, or both? Unisex, you know, which is kind of big now. I mean, women wear men's clothes, and not many men wear women's clothes, but there's t-shirts that women and men can both rock. You feel what I'm saying? And do you want to go for the streetwear appeal, the more upper echelon designer appeal? You know, you got the skater, punk rock, whatever. It's just so many different type of styles, vintage type of looks out there that you can go for, and that also plays into that identity of what you want to do and the audience and the customer you want to appeal to. So it's very important. With us, we kind of are in that streetwear type of feel, vintage type of feel, things of that matter. So that's something that we did. So I'm just trying to give you, I don't want y'all to think this is like some shameless plug. I'm just trying to tell you what to do and then what I did. So I want to show you, like, look at it from my point of view. My business, Sample Industries, been doing for 7 years. 7th year. This year now has been our best year ever. The previous year, second worst. You see how it goes? When you're dealing with this stuff, it's not going to just always be up the scatter of success. It's never going to be like that. If you think that's the case, no, success is this. You've seen that meme before where it's like, people think success is like this, but it's really like this. It's how it is. The year before, one of our worst years we ever had, it did not have nothing to do with COVID. It was just the lack of supply and demand. And we can get into that a little bit later as well. I'm going to try to give you guys everything. Then the year before that was fairly good. This year, our best year ever. So know that that's the case. And that takes 7 years. It's taken 7 years to get to our best year. Keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. We got the identity, we got the customer base that we're trying to appeal to, and I would honestly probably start saying, you know, hopping into the manufacturer. This is probably the biggest part of the video. I can see a lot of y'all already skipping to this part of the video because maybe you got all those things already in tune and you need to find a manufacturer, and that's it. You know, you want to know who probably manufactured my clothing at this point, right? This is the only thing. I am not going to give you who I get manufactured because I have multiple people that manufacture for me in particular, and I would hate to give you somebody, you get something done that's not done correctly, and then you come to me saying, yo, Tony, I took that person that you gave me advice for and they messed my stuff up. So I can't do that. But what I can do is give you one of the best sites out there right now that you probably already heard of to go and find numerous, over thousands of different manufacturers and shirts, pants, shoes, keychains, hairbrushes, any damn thing you think you need. Probably even get gaming chairs, you feel me? They can make it. It's a website, it's the Amazon, it's the eBay of vendors, of factories, based all across the world too. And that is Alibaba. Definitely go to Alibaba.com, make an account, type in what you want, and whatever you want, t-shirts, type in the words OEM. OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. I'm probably saying it incorrectly. Whatever it is, I'll make sure to put it at the bottom. But basically, that is a sign of making something from scratch of some sorts. So if you go get a t-shirt, you know, it has Hanes on it. But if you have the OEM, that is like a plain tee. You know what I'm saying? You want to find someone who can design clothing in that OEM type of, you know, that type of manufacturer. You want jeans or whatever, go there. On that list, when you type in t-shirts or you type in pants or shoes, whatever you want to do, when you go in there, you'll see a list of different factories. Like I said, thousands. There'll be ratings there as well. They'll tell you how long the business has been in business for, their turnaround time, their star rating, how many people like them. You get a whole bunch of information on these businesses. When we first started Sample Industries back in 2015, we started with someone in Pakistan. Pakistan makes clothes as well, and they do a good job. We now work with people in China. I feel personally that China has a little bit better of a quality than in Pakistan, but in Pakistan you could get better prices. So it's something you got to juggle out, especially when starting a brand. And I'm gonna tell you another thing with that. When dealing with these companies, you're not gonna be able to hit them up and say, hey, can I get 10 shirts made? No, it's not gonna work that way. Now, I won't lie to you. When we first started our company back in the day, we had someone make 30 jackets. Our first ever drop was only 30 jackets made. We talked to him, we built a relationship with the person. Something that you're gonna have to do is build a relationship with people, and especially from foreign countries who know how to speak English majority of the time, so you should be good. But we built a relationship with him, and he was cool with just doing 30 jackets. We did 30 jackets, we sold them fast, and we continued to roll that boat. So that I don't know how that can work in 2021, but I'll tell you this now, the people we work with now, there's a minimum quantity. I need, at least you gotta do 100. You know what I'm saying? At least 200 for some people. For the shoes, at least 1,000. For sneaker cleaners, you need at least 3,000. For hats, you need at least 100. So every certain product will have a certain minimum quantity that you have to make. So that is something that you gotta think about when going into this business. You can't just jump in and get 10 made. You might find someone that can do 10 made. Like I said, you can probably work your way in and see what you can do, or 20, 30 made, whatever. But another thing to think about in that type of ordeal is that the lower the quantity, the higher the price. Let's think of it this way. You get 100 t-shirts made at 10 bucks. 10 bucks a tee. My math sucks, but I think that's $1,000, okay? But you say, I don't want to do that. I can't do 10 bucks a tee. I'm sorry. I only can do 50. They might say, okay, we can do 50 for you, but we're going to need 20 bucks a tee now. 20 times 50, how much is that? 1,000. So you might as well just go ahead and get the 100 because you're going to be paying the same price. You get what I'm saying? It might never equate to that, but maybe, for instance, even for a better example, maybe you wanted 50, here he's going to charge you 15 a tee. When you do 100, he's going to charge you $10 a tee. So you're talking 500 difference. Like, you might as well spend 500 more and get an additional $100 more in t-shirts, because when you flip them for 20 bucks, my brain's all messing up, but spending $500 more might make you $1,000 more. You get what I'm saying? Those are the type of mathematical equations in your brain that you got to go through that I can't think of right now because I'm shooting a video for you guys and I'm trying to keep it all clean. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mess you up, but think about things like that when going into bulk ordering. More product, lesser price. Less product, more price per item. You get what I'm saying? So finding the person, building that relationship. Once you get all that started, then you got to go into the design aspect, you know what I'm saying? And finding designs of t-shirts, hats, whatever you're trying to make. Me personally, what I use is Adobe Photoshop for a majority of my items. You can always find a freelancer that can design the product for you, $50 to $300. I've had things that cost as much as $1,000 to as low as 30 bucks. So you can freelance that. Look for people that design on Twitter, Instagram. There's so many freelancers on Instagram, in my opinion. I can tweet out right now, hey guys, I need someone to make me a thumbnail, and somebody's mentioning me back instantly about that. So there's so many young designers out there that you can work something with, get a design made, maybe explain it to them, and they can make it for you. Stuff like that, however, though, you got to look in some sort of contract to where when you buy that item or buy that thing from them, you need to 100% own it. Another website I didn't even think about till like right now is check out Fiverr. Fiverr is a website that I've used for banners on YouTube. I've used for Twitch badges, for icons, and all the above. You might can find a graphic designer that's willing to do a graphic for you for $5 to $50. I don't know, depending on the prices is all on Fiverr. Just go check it out. But you can find someone like to do a graphic design for you. You just need to make sure that you own that design that is given to you 100%, because you don't want to sell it do great, and then find out the person that designed it for you, they want more money now because they see the success. It's kind of like with music. You want to make sure you own the rights to that item, or work out a licensing deal. You know what I'm saying? I've done t-shirts in the past where I've used things. I've used actual graphics that you could find on the internet and kind of did my own twist to it, which you can legally do when you purchase the license. You might purchase the license of an item for $100, and you can sell up to 2,000 copies of that design on a t-shirt. That's how a license works. It's kind of like with mixtapes and music. You can license a beat and own it to, temporarily own it in a way, license it to make 1,000 copies of that beat. But once you pass that, you need to do the license again. So it's like not exclusive, but in some way, shape, or form allows you to sell. So for instance, I believe some of this t-shirt was a license. I purchased the license for some of this logo on here and was able to sell a certain amount of it. So things like that matter when you need to find actual designs. Now, if you're someone that can work Photoshop, another bigger one, like I'm doing Photoshop, this one's above it, is Illustrator. I believe Adobe Illustrator, you can go even far and beyond as far as what you design on. So if you're someone that needs to take it a step further, Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, those are the two ones I would highly recommend. If you want to do it yourself, you just make a mock-up, go to Google, type in t-shirt template usually, or hat template, and get the design in, place it on how you want it to be placed on that t-shirt, give that mock-up to that person that's going to be manufacturing that item for you, and the show's on the road. Usually with me personally, and I always recommend, get a sample made first. A sample would probably cost you $100 plus, you know what I'm saying? it's going to be way more expensive than what you're going to end up paying per tee when you actually go into production. But majority of the time, I think almost all the time, when you do a sample and you end up doing that full production with that person, the fee that you pay for the sample will be put as a deposit. Like that money will get transferred into that whole bucket of money that you have to do going in further. So like if you spend $100 and your t-shirts come out to be $2,000, you'll end up having to only pay $1,900 after that. Salutes to Chunky. Now, speaking of that, trust, nervousness. This person wants you to pay them now. Maybe they might go through Alibaba. Some people go through Western Union. Some people go through PayPal now. I ain't gonna lie to you, in the very beginning, back in 2015, we did majority of our stuff through Western Union. So much to the fact that I got my Western Union blocked, I can't even use it anymore because they just thought I was doing criminal activity. Not to be funny at all, I'm just being dead serious. They told me that. I was sending it to names in Pakistan and they thought I was sending it to like funding some sort of terrorism or something. It was extremely weird, but nevertheless, that's done now. But Alibaba at this point in time now features a lot more than what it did back then, where you can connect your credit card to Alibaba, your PayPal account to Alibaba, and running through that, I think, is maybe the safest. And you can pay for your order through there and everything. Like and it's almost like, you know, PayPal, where you got to get your product and everything's good, and they make sure everything's been delivered on time and all that. So I would say definitely just go the Alibaba route. Me personally, now I built a rapport with the people that I work with now, to the point where I just send them money PayPal straight up. I just send them money to their actual PayPal. Like back in 2015, it wasn't really many vendors out there that accepted PayPal. It was either Western Union. Also, another one was bank transfer, just straight up the bank transfer. But now, as time has gotten further, and PayPal has gotten more and more global, and Alibaba has gotten more and more global, it's so much easier now to pay people. And usually, it's, for me, PayPal through Alibaba or PayPal just straight up, and usually I just do straight up because you can get lower fees. They'll charge you lower for it, things like that. So just look into that when it comes to paying them. Now, when it comes to paying them, they're going to ask for 50% before they even start the production. So don't be alarmed on that. Maybe some people, I've had some where they've done 40% to get the production started. I've had 40 and 50 usually to get the production started. I've even had my guy in Pakistan, because we were such in a good relationship, I've had him started without me even paying him. Like I said, I built a relationship where he knew I was a brand new company starting, and he wanted the long-term business with me. So, he was willing to take that risk, and he did. 50% is put down, production starts. Production in China can take usually up to a month. Well, my bad. We're talking about sample first. You get the sample made. Sample may take like 2 weeks to get done. Some can get done in 7 days, 5 days, whatever. It take that long. You get a sample made. You can either have it, shown to you on whether it's a picture, or you can tell them to send it to your house. Send it to you. You feel it. You look at it. You wear it. Check the sizing. You got to make sure you get a good sizing chart. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I think we use like various people like Hanes, and we use other brands. Plenty of times once you get bigger and bigger into this, you're gonna find yourself going to Walmart buying, which I did, Fruit of the Loom and Hanes, small, medium, large, extra large, double XL, triple XL, and I sent it off to China, sent it off to Pakistan to have them see it, find those sizes, and go off that, because everybody wears t-shirts. Everybody wears some sort of t-shirt, and I wanted to make sure that the sizing was perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's about 7 years now, like I said, in now, and at this point, I finally feel like we finally gotten our sizing where we want it. I love my sizing of the t-shirts now. Hopefully you guys are still with. If you're still with me, let me know down below that you're still with me. So, you get your sample made, you like it, now you go into production. Production can take anywhere from 25 days to 30 days, sometimes even less, but usually I think 25 days to 30 days. And you see how long that takes, right? So that's why once you get into the rhythm of things, you got to kind of plan ahead. Right now, July 29th it is, right? We are now working on fall and winter, because we know we got to get samples made, and then we got to get production made. Right now, at the rip, if I had a design started in production right now, right? Which would not happen. I need to do samples and all that, but I wouldn't get that item until at least like September 7th, because it would take a whole month, which would be what, August 29th, and then they would ship it. It'd probably take about 7 days. So we're talking about September 7th, or I wouldn't get it till September. So you got to plan ahead depending on what it is. Like, you don't want to plan something or start a design near the end of summer and then get it in fall time. You got to just have that scheduling. That's why when it comes to like sneakers and clothing, they always say these brands are always like a year ahead. Like Nike's designing stuff for 2022 at this point. You know what I'm saying? Supreme, whoever, you Billionaires Boys Club, Ice Cream, Chinatown Market, they're like already in winter right now, maybe even in early January, February, as far as what they're getting made and samples and all that. You got to stay ahead of the curve. But if you're someone starting, I get it. You got to kind of start where you got to start. Timing is everything. Keep that in mind when you start it up, what you're designing and what it's for. For instance, if you're right now about to start, doing this stuff, right? You woke up today and you're ready to go. I would say start looking into fall. design something for fall right now. That'd be your first piece, because you wouldn't probably get it to you about September time. And that's still summer, but you got time to promote and all that. I'll say make a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Make a hoodie. Something like that. Now, and we're going to talk about that because marketing is another thing. Marketing is a very big thing. I mean, you got to be able to sell it, right? So that's very big that we're going to get into. Now, but let's try to get the package. Let's try to get from, like I stated before, from that picture to this. This is done now. You pay that 50%. It's the production started. It's finished. Hey, here's your hat. We have it. You ready for us to ship it? Yeah, I'm ready for you to ship it. All right, we need you to pay. You got to pay them the money. You can ask for pictures and make sure they're not scamming you. You might be nervous sending that big boy money over. I know how it is. I've been through it, but I ain't gonna lie. Knock on wood. Out of my 7 years of doing this, I've never been scammed like that. I've never been scammed where someone just took the money and ran off. The worst that's ever happened, and it's happened quite a few times, is someone made something, sent it to me, and it was dirty. I've had hats that were dirty that you guys never even seen drop. We've had t-shirts that were quality was trash, or rips on them, or it ripped, or stains, smelt weird, things like that. There's been a lot of that's happened, and you're gonna go through that. You're gonna have a lot of trial and error in this, a lot. Trial and error. So once you get that done, you pay that 50%, you pay the remainder 50%, they're gonna ship it to you. Now, this is where it's gonna get tricky, okay? I need y'all to pay attention. Please, man, I might have to I might have to try to chapter this thing, because this is the most important part, I think, of this whole goddamn thing. Straight up. The people, like I said, I know majority of the people, 85% are gonna listen to the manufacturer part. They think that's the key. They think that, I just wanna know who makes your stuff, bro. That's all I care about. That's not it. Getting it from them to you, is probably the most important part. Because there's different ways to do it, and depending on who you work with, they're gonna tell you how they're gonna do it. I don't have my phone with me, so I can't even do it. I'll get the words down below or something. Let me just look it up. All right, here they are. FCA, CPT, CIP, DAT, DAP, DDP, FAS, FOB, CFR, and CIF. Woo! That's all the terms, but you ain't got to worry about all those, okay? Trust me, you're not gonna have to worry about all those. You're gonna probably be dealing with maybe 3 at the most. So FOB is free on board, okay? Free on board is a shipment term used to indicate whether the seller or the buyer is liable for the goods that are damaged or destroyed during shipping. FOB destination means that the seller retains the risk of loss until the goods reach the buyer. So free on board means that when you get this thing made, the seller, the person that made your stuff, is going to then put your stuff on a ship it, which is going to go through customs, and ship it to your port. Once it reaches America, it then becomes your duty to get it from that port to you. So for instance, I have some new Pure stuff. You know, if you guys don't know, I have a sneaker cleaner as well. Recently was shipped FOB. The seller shipped it. He loaded it up, put it to the dock, got it shipped. Once it reaches New York, then I have to pay for it to get from New York to Savannah, Georgia, and then from Savannah be delivered to me on a 18-wheeler. So when it comes to FOB, you as the buyer have to have a little bit of responsibility and liability when it comes to those goods. Now, let me just clear some things up. When it comes to FOB, you're more than likely 99% of the time not even going to deal with it. So forgive me for even introducing it to y'all and possibly scaring you guys away. FOB is usually when you're dealing with things that are being shipped via boat. And when it comes to clothing and how much you're getting made, it more than likely might be just sent via plane. I don't even think I remember the last time, if I even did ship anything via boat. I'll tell you something, when it came to these sample sneakers, the shoes that we just did, we had the choice to ship those via boat. We took the idea of doing via plane because it would have arrived like 7 days versus via boat 30 days. It's gonna take a whole month. It would have been like half the price cheaper, but we took the L and bit the bullet and had it shipped, via plane and get it to us in only a week compared to 30 days. But we've done sample slides in the past. We've done, the slides we've done in the past was done via boat. You're not gonna have to deal with that, okay? Majority of the time, stuff that you're getting made, even if it's 30, 40, 50 boxes, it's gonna be shipped via DHL or FedEx. I don't think I've ever had UPS. FedEx and DHL is the majority of the time what we use. So when it comes to shipping and getting that product to you, that's what you're gonna be dealing with. So don't worry about it. You're good to go. Now let's talk about it. You pay the balance. They shipped it off. The stuff has now arrived to your crib. You have it in possession. Now you need to sell it. And how do you sell it? That's something you need to think about, right? Well, there's 2 ways, whether it's a pre-order or just selling it as is, like marketing it that way. If you're a new business and you may got some supporters out there and you don't have that much of funding to get things started, you can go the route of pre-orders. But pre-orders puts a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure on your chest. At least for me it did, because you have people's money in your hand that are waiting for that product. But it allows you to kind of use money without using your own money. Use their money without, to get the stuff made. So the best way to probably do that, in my opinion, is to get that sample made, as I told you, get that sample in your possession, make sure it looks good, everything's right, take photos in it, take product photos in it, drop that, give people maybe a week or a set time to do in that pre-order, to get in that pre-order, and make sure you give yourself enough time for delivery of that. So for instance, if you were to drop the pre-order right now on the 29th, September, August, September, October, I would give myself to like early October to expect for them to get that back. And then, you drop the pre-order for 1 week, close it off. Once it's done, you got the money, you got everybody's sizes, give that order to those people, pay that half to get the production started. Once it's done, pay the other half, get it shipped. Make sure you give yourself enough time like that to be able to get it done. And once it gets to you, then you ship it out to them. So something that you got to take in consideration too when taking people's money is shipping. Shipping is going to be a killer. Shipping can kill you. Shipping can take all your profits if you don't do it correctly. Pay attention. Shipping, whether it's from the vendor to you or from you to the person, shipping can kill you. Because you could drop this t-shirt, and it's $8 for you, right? And you sell it for, a thing I'm going to speak a little bit more in the future is when you're buying t-shirts and buying items, pants, whatever product you're doing, to find out the price that you charge it for. The rule of thumb is usually to charge 4 times the amount you paid. That will help you factor in those things like shipping and all that. So for instance, if you paid $8 for a t-shirt, if they're charging you $8 a tee, you will need to sell that t-shirt for around $32. However, you got to factor in how much you might be spending on shipping that to you. Say you ordered 100 t-shirts, 8 times 100, that's $800. But they're going to head up and say, hey, we need to ship this to you now, these 100 t-shirts. To ship these 100 t-shirts, it's going to cost you, I'm going to make up a number because I don't want to do too much math in my brain, but let's say they say $200. In all reality, to ship 100 t-shirts, it's going to be way more than $200. It might be like $500 or $800, maybe even $1,000. It's going to be $100 with you. It could get crazy like that. 100 t-shirts, yeah, I can't think off the top of my head. I don't want to scare you, but just take that into consideration. So say they say it's $200. That now means that the whole entire package is $1,000 now. $1,000 for 10 tees. That $8 per t-shirt now has become $10 per t-shirt. So now you need to do 10 times 4. You need to be charging $40 for that, in a way. You get what I'm saying? Just so you can make sure you're breaking even, or not even breaking even, you're making money, and then you're compensating for the shipping that you're going to pay that vendor. So say that you do $40 a t-shirt on the pre-order. There you go. You're good to go. Now, let's just spin it the other way. If you want to take the risk and jump out and order sizes yourself that you're going to sell when you get it in, you're not going to do a pre-order. You're going to order it and get it made and all that, right? Things you got to take into consideration is sizing. Like what's your biggest size, or what you think is going to be the biggest size for consumers. Believe it or not, for us, I tend to see large and extra large. Medium is very close, but large and extra large are some of the biggest back and forth contenders when it comes to sizing. Large and extra large. Medium is definitely up there though, but large and extra large. This is a medium, and I'll wear medium, but large and extra large tends to win majority of the time. Now, I talked to you guys about that times 4 when doing retail and all that. So when you're doing retail or you're selling your product on your website, I suggest going 4 times the amount you paid. Or do you have a wholesaler in your possession? Maybe you have someone that owns a store that wants to buy your product. I go 2 times the amount that I paid for. So if I make a t-shirt for $10, I'm going to charge them $20. So I make $10 a t-shirt, and then they can sell a shirt for the price that you charge, which is $40, and you give them money to make that. And that's going to be probably around $20. Yeah. As you go up in the prices and all that, you can tend to make more. At the same time, you might need to do a little bit more than maybe 50%. Maybe you need to do 60% on you so you get more money out of it. But you got to give them some leave room to make money. They're not going to want to sell your product for, they don't want, if you charge them $50 for your product, they're not going to buy it from you if you're giving it to them for $40. $10 is not enough, especially with taxes and all of the above. But that is something to also keep in mind when selling product to your customers versus to a store or someone. I mean, if Walmart came up to me and said, we want to buy thousands of your shirts for 50% the price, I'll do it, because at the end of the day, it's like thousands from Walmart at a wholesale price versus 100, 500, 600, 700. Well, not even 1,000, but at some point they're buying thousands or millions of it. That wholesale price is gonna kill that retail price, even if you are selling good amounts, retail. Wholesale, someone like Walmart that buys millions across the globe, you would definitely want to get that in that type of forefront. We didn't do wholesale for like 5 years, so like I won't even think about wholesale at that moment. You want to definitely build up your rapport for your website and for people to go to there to shop there. I mean, look at Nike now. Nike's trying to cut all their wholesale off and really focus on people going to Nike.com to buy from them. So something to think about, you know what I'm saying? Something to definitely think about. Now, shipping to the customer. You can go two ways with this. You can factor that shipping in into the price, or you could just do what various websites do, which is calculated shipping. That's probably your best bet. When you make a product on a website, calculated shipping, usually when you make a website, you can put the sizing, like the weight of the t-shirt and all that, and when you go to ship from your place to their place, it will calculate the weight that you put in for the t-shirt and get a price that it is to ship. It'll automatically calculate it. Back in the day, we used to just do like $10 or $15 or $20. We used to do like $10 and $15, $10 usually though. The thing is though, when you ship something like this from Atlanta to California, a t-shirt might be $15. A t-shirt might be $20. So if you're selling a t-shirt for $40, then you're charging $10 shipping. That's $50 right there, right? But then say you bought it, someone from Cali bought it, right? That's $15 right there. Now that $10 you use for shipping is getting eaten up, plus an additional $5 from the t-shirt is getting eaten up because someone from Cali bought it. So how do you defeat that? How do you fix that? Because at one point, we were making no money because our profits were getting eaten up by our shipping. Some sites you can do where it's like how much you want for shipping, how much for an additional item. You can add like $5 for every additional item, $5 more. I tend to just do calculated. It works the best because, like I stated, you just do $10 flat rate. Someone buys 5 t-shirts to California, shipping might go up to like $25, $30. One thing my accountant said, you should be making money off of shipping. This might be going over a lot of people's heads or it might sound weird, but you need to be making money off of shipping. And it makes sense as you get deeper and deeper into the clothing industry because of who will be shipping for you. But what he basically meant is you do that calculated price. So say from Atlanta to LA, calculated 1 pound from LA to Atlanta to LA is $12. So that is what USPS or UPS gave me the label. It says it's going to be $12. You should probably be adding $3 more on top of that. So it should be about $15. Why would you do that to the customer, Tony? That's bad. Why are you doing that to them? You have to factor in shipping and handling. You shouldn't be charging the customer how much you're paying for the label. You should be charging them a little bit more. We'll get into that a little bit later. However, on the good side of things, for Sample Industries, once you spend like $100, I think maybe it's $150, we be going up and down. We might drop it to $100 soon. We do offer free shipping for orders over $100. There should be some incentive for someone that spends a lot of money to get free shipping at some point. You just got to kind of gauge that price point to figure out what it is. Or once again, you can just go in the route of giving free shipping, but then charging higher prices. So a t-shirt that was $40, you might need to charge $55 plus free shipping. That's majority of the time what people do when they see free shipping. They think they're getting free shipping. You're just getting the price put into the actual, thing that you're buying. That's majority of the time what you're doing. Now, website, very easy in a way, but very important in a way. We use Shopify. I think Shopify is the best when it comes to actual websites, in my opinion. Shopify. For sneakers, Shopify is horrible because it's one of the easiest botted websites. And if you become a Supreme or something, then definitely it's one of the easiest botted websites out there. But I love Shopify. We've been using Shopify for the past 7 years, and never had a problem. I want to say 6 years actually, because before Shopify we used Big Cartel. Good website to start things up. The price point is not expensive because Shopify can be a little expensive, but I believe there's some free plans on Shopify, maybe like $10 a month or something like that. But Big Cartel, Shopify, and Squarespace is cool. I have Squarespace for Two Wild's Closet where I sell my sneakers, and I like it. But when it comes to like having everything, reports, you can see how people be on your website, your reports, where they're coming from, and this and that. It has everything. Shopify is where to go. So once you got the website designed, set up, and all that, you can take your pre-orders, you can do all that. You can print your labels from Shopify, you can connect your PayPal, credit cards, get paid. It allows everything. It's the one-stop shop, and it allows everything. Hey, even something you can look into down the road is capital. We've done loans through Shopify where we gotten $30,000 from Shopify and paid it back 10% each purchase. It's a little complicated, but there's capital that you can work with when you start producing a lot of revenue within your company. Website's done. Products here. Products sold now. You dropped it already. You got the marketing out, because marketing's one thing. If you're someone that maybe has a following or a presence on the internet, use your platform to promote your product. Maybe some of you guys out there are starting from scratch. You don't have that social media presence. Then you need to maybe go to stores. You need to use you need IG, definitely. You need Twitter. You need all that, definitely. And you might need to use some funding for Facebook or word of mouth. You got to get out there and hustle. You got to go out there and put the work. Let me put it this way. You can't depend on friends and family, because friends and family going to want it for free. Hey, I got friends and family who still to this day ain't spent a dime on sample, but they want a pair of sample. This is definitely one of the difficult things, which is marketing and selling. But you should already have something in your head at this point if you want to start a clothing line on how to actually sell it. You should already have something in line or in your mind to why you think you could be successful at this, or why you think you can sell it. Maybe you make dope enough designs, and if that's the case, you just need to get an online presence. Definitely if you're going to be doing it online in the e-commerce. If you're someone that's going to be doing it only locally, or you're only worried about doing stuff locally, then you got to go around to different stores or go to different trade shows or fashion type of shows with your pieces and the setup and booth, stuff like that, you know, like things of that nature. But me personally, we are based online because our audience is all across the globe. And that's why I always love online, because online allows me to connect with people to New York, California, Georgia. Top 3 of our biggest states too. Find artists out there that want to rock your stuff. Find influencers out there that are willing to accept it, and you can send your stuff to, and they can rock it and wear it and shout you out. Build that presence up that way, you know. The sky's the limit when it comes to that. So, whew, man, I've been talking a lot, man. We're almost done though. Next thing is shipping, you know, actually shipping. When we first started, me and Bull shipped ourselves. We did all the shipping ourselves. Usually, the best way to start off is probably USPS. Cheapest prices. You can get free boxes from them. You can get the flat rate boxes. You can get the envelopes. You get all those supplies from USPS for free. Last time I checked, at least. You can go up there and take the envelopes. Like, we used to send a lot of stuff in the envelopes, the ones that like don't tear at all. They're flat, but they're not bubbled or nothing. But they got the bubble on now too. Like, a lot of t-shirts can fit and stuff like that now. But we used to go and get like hundreds of those and use those to ship out like jackets and t-shirts back in the day. You know, and that's how we started, man. Like, and a lot of that stuff you can order online. You go to USPS and order boxes. I think it might be like $25 now though for like $50 though. It's like, it's cheap, bro. It's easy and it's cheap, and that's more than likely the way you're gonna start off doing your shipping. In your house, in your room, picture. I'm gonna try to find a picture, and I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna try to find that picture of like one of our first drops where I had like my whole bed just packaged up with everything. But that's how we started. But we did that for a couple of months, maybe almost a year, where me and Bull was packaging up, and it was hell. It was hell. It definitely was hell. But it was fun. It was the grind. And then we went into a fulfillment service. Amazon offers fulfillment as well. I never did it, never looked into it. We used a company in Pennsylvania called Carol. They weren't bad, but at the very end, it got very messy, and stuff started like being all over the place. We started losing stuff. Like, I definitely recommend a fulfillment center, but I definitely recommend a fulfillment center in your state that you can go up there and check and look at your product and make sure everything's going good. You feel me? That's just me, Boom 100. So we had a fulfillment center in Pennsylvania. Nobody lived there, but basically when you order from our website, the next day they would package it and ship it out. It was all automated. We had to pay them for their services, for each package that was packaged, and for the shipping. So they would collect all the USPS labels, and they would charge us all that shipping price, and then we would get a administration price for each package. Like, I think each package was around $1 or $2. That's what it costs for them to put it in there. Tape up and all that. And then there's administration fees, storage fees, SKU fees. There's tons of little fees and all that went into that. And that is why you have to make money off of shipping. Because if you're just charging people what you're paying, you're not factoring in the actual handling of it, the putting in the box, the bubble wrap, the supplies, the tape, the boxes, all that stuff is going to cost money. So you need to be making money off the shipping so that you can pay for that type of stuff. The boxes, the tape, the label prints, the bubble wrap. At the time, the money that we were making off shipping was going towards that company to pay them and pay the handling and all that. So that's why you have to make money off shipping. Trust me, if you go into this thing the wrong way, you will pay and make. All your profits will go towards shipping. We did 2 years where our profits were going into shipping. We were selling out, but we were not making no money. And I had to ask my accountant what was going on. He said, man, look what your shipping is. 1 year on sample. The way we found out this was going on was we were charging $30,000. That's how much we were charging. All the customers that bought from us, we had received $30,000 in shipping, but we had paid Carol $50,000. We lost $20,000 like that, because we were paying them more than what we were receiving. So that number should be 50-50. You need the shipping that you're taking from the customers to be the same, if not more, than what you're paying for the shipping of whatever service and all that. That's just it, being 100. Now, moving forward though, one of the greatest achievements I've ever done that I love, man, I have been able to give jobs to my family. We stopped doing the fulfillment center and opened up our own fulfillment center in Atlanta, Georgia. Salute Sample Industries headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. After 5 years, we left. No bad blood or nothing, but we had them ship everything to Atlanta. We opened up our own offices. I hired my brother-in-law. I got my brother now down there. I got other family members to do full-time shipment, full-time fulfillment in Atlanta, Georgia. I can go pull up to my office, go check it out, see what's going on. When new product comes in, I can go grab it the same day. It's the best thing I've ever been able to do. And I've been able to do it while paying the people in my family. My money's going towards my family now. And I'm spending a little bit less. Not because I'm being greedy, but because I don't have to pay for 5, 6 different people. I can pay 1, 2 people that can get the same amount of work done with no type of pressure. They're getting paid a great amount of money. So it's a build up, bro. It takes time, but it's there now. And it's one of the greatest things ever, man. Being able to pay your family. This is what it's for, right? Isn't this what this is for? To supply and give jobs to your family, to your friends. That's what this life is about. That's what life is about. And that's why I love that we've gotten here so far with that. But fulfillment is definitely very important in how you do it and which way you do it. You don't even have to do the fulfillment center. I could have went from doing it myself to then paying my little brother to do my packages for me and then built it that way. But we went the way with the fulfillment, and I think it worked out really well. When an order goes through, my brother-in-law gets it, he packages it up, he ships it off. Now though, I have to buy the tape, I have to buy the boxes, I have to buy the bubble wrap, I have to buy the computers, I have to pay the rent for the space. But we've been able to manage all that and be able to get it at a better price than what we were paying for that on the fulfillment side. So it's a win-win for everybody. Fulfillment, it's very important. That's just getting your product to your customer's hand in a very timely fashion. We've done USPS, we moved over to UPS. We find it to be a little bit more faster, more reliable. Updates, tracking is pretty well. USPS has been a little bit weird lately, just with COVID and all that, but maybe one day we'll go back. But it's definitely cheaper. Recommend USPS if you're brand new starting out. It's just better for pricing. I've broken down everything, bro. Every single thing. Now the customer has your product. They're happy. Customer service, maybe. You know, that's definitely something important. When you start out, we were doing customer service. We've been doing customer service. We still play a part in customer service. But now I hired my best friend, who is pretty much my man Jesse, who is pretty much COO in a way. He operates pretty much customer service. He makes sure the photographer is getting his product in time. He's making sure that the orders are getting sent over to Tito, that Tito's getting everything done. He's checking over everything. He's checking with me and Bull. Yo, we need these designs. Yo, Bull, I need this done. Yo, Bull, you need to contact that person. This person needs this from you. Tony, this person called. He's doing everything, because the most important thing when you are the creator of your brand is to allow you to create. Do not be stingy with your money. Stingy to share your money, to spend money, to make money. You are the person that created this brand, and you need to be able to sit down and think and create new ideas. You need to be able to create new product. That's your main goal and main job. If you're trying to hold on and not spend money and try to be the shipper, be the customer service, be the designer and all that, you're taking away from your time to just being who you are great at being, and that is the creator. So don't be ashamed to give jobs to people and break off some bread, and so that you can just sit at home and you can be there drawing and getting that new design out. That's the best way to be successful at this, is for me to be able to be a creator. So if I got to pay someone to do the customer service, if I got to pay someone to do the shipping, if I got to pay someone to do the marketing, if I got to pay someone to do the photographer, I'll do all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, you're not going to start this brand up today and have that all done. It took time. Because at first, I was doing the photography. I was doing the shipping. Bull was doing the photography. Bull was doing the shipping, doing the customer service. We built it up. We made enough money to where we could pay these people to do it. But when you get that opportunity, take it. Trust me. It's already too much now doing YouTube and doing that. It's a lot. So I try my best in life to pay people to get things done so that I can continue to create my videos and create my product, because that's what I am, a creator, a creative. So if you're a creative, you need to make sure you have as much time as possible to do those things. Otherwise, those little things are taken away from what you're trying to do. So definitely, that's probably the icing on the cake. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys took this one in. It's a very long video. I hope this video does very well. I hope this video sparks some interest in some of you guys. Man, I mean, I honestly was expecting this to maybe like 30 minutes. It looked like it's almost gonna be an hour long. Hopefully you guys really watch this whole video and understand, like, step by step, broke it down. You know what I'm saying? Put them in the dirt. Y'all should be good to go, man. You know what I'm saying? If this video helped you, come back and let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I get tons of DMs from y'all guys about these type of videos. I gave you an hour's worth. I think you should have more than enough to understand. You know, if you got questions, you can feel free to comment down below. I can try to respond back. But you just gotta go out there and do it at this point. That's one thing for sure. If one thing don't tick me off the most about people, hey, you myself, is we come up with great ideas but we never execute them. It's time to execute them. You got it. The keys are here. Take the key, go put it in the door. That's all you need to twist it. You ain't even gotta get the key made at this point. The key's there. The information is there. Take it, go put it in the door, unlock it and go. There's no more like, is this the right color? Or nah, just go do it. So many people with great ideas. So little people who execute on them. It's time to execute, man. Alright? I'll see y'all in the future. And when you make $2-3 million, $5 million in that year, come holler at your boy and drop me off a little bit of something. You feel me? Tony D, man, you know, I'm here, man. I'll still be here. You wanna, you know, throw me a little something for this? I'll be here waiting on you, alright? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see y'all in the next one, alright? It's your boy, Tony D Too Wild. I'm checking in, I'm checking out. If you want to see more of this, let me know down below. If you made it to the end of this video, say sesame chicken with honey on the side. I never had that before, in order I think you should eat it like that, but I'll know you made it to the end. I love y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.